Space is live. Hello, Lost. I'm sending you a invite to speak. I'm currently getting stuff up on the Jumbotron. Go ahead, play some background music for a minute while people funnel in.
Yeah. We on some next shit with this. Hey yo, fuck your shoebox money. You buying whips with cryptocurrency right now.
Let's go, Snake.
Holla dirt and make them holla murder. Take them to the highest point of the earth, no need to follow further. The shit is universal, no time to do rehearsal. I never take a break, that shit is too commercial. I wasn't raised different, I was made different. Flow don't fuck around like it was raised Christian.
I've sent everybody invites.
We don't play with them, we just keep a small circle and we stay lifted. I need monopoly bread, so if it ain't sex, then it gotta be head. So
hey, Snake.
Do my own thing and they prefer to copy instead. The money got them in a frenzy, probably wanna envy. Glass half full, but the bottle's left empty. Baby, I'm a gentleman, but I don't do it gently. Backwoods with the Henny, back good, never trendy. Next kush got plenty, I be off of the feelings. In tune with the rhythm, now I'm leaving the room. Let the mood reawaken like I'm at it in tunes. Each room's keep boom, going out with a boom. For the gold, I be walking every road on the map. Get a vibe low key and the flow is relaxed. But once the smoke is in the air and we pouring the jet, we like singers, turn actors, we don't know how to act. Switch it up, let your bitch pop a bean and a half. Got a queen hitting ass.
Check. What's good, Sean?
Checkity check.
Is the music volume good over there?
Yeah, I mean, you can turn it up a little bit.
Okay, just making sure.
Just take the energy you got, baby, and let it go. Keen to spit a sonnet, sonically colder than
Yeah,
comments.
there you go.
Surf a rocket to the moon and can nobody stop. I'm hyperbolic, my words curve, extra wavy. You'll paint a map of the sky, shit you could call me Haley. Before that coke shit, just a cloud of smoke. When you realize you don't know shit, quick as you go
wreck.
Cold flow, cold crazy on a
What was that?
I said checkity check before you wreckity wreck.
Oh, my bad.
I'm overdue for all these accolades. I don't really think about it. I'm just trying to rap and paste, stack a couple bitcoins. Pull up on my Nakamoto, chillin' with your lady friend. She rock a red on Takamono, posted up in Acapulco. Shout out to the homie Smoko, loco rap. Epiphanies on symphonies, epic epigrams, man, these words last for centuries. This shit's timeless, grab it on your tomb. Don't say the sky's the limit when there's footprints on the moon. Moon walking on the sun beaming, I'm a star shooting into space, spaceship it up to Mars. Yeah, I'm universal, my purpose to personal. This path and get back, that's how life's supposed to circle. Yo G, roll that purple, run that beat, back reversal, I don't need no damn rehearsal. This is internal, eternal, life is like a flick, leaving space for the horns, that's my shit. Until we meet again, paint the world with brighter colors. Word to the pride mob, y'all my sisters and my brothers. One time for the lovers, spread that energy around. And keep it all in motion, getting lost inside my sound. A couple bitcoins. Pull up on my Nakamoto.
And we got the people of the hour. Invisible enemies. What is good, y'all? I just sent them an invite up.
Right.
My other songs tab just closed. Okay. Hello, Mel. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you for being able to come through today.
Yeah, welcome.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm stoked to be here. Excited to hang out with you guys on this Wednesday, this hump day. How's everyone doing?
Good.
I'm doing phenomenal, Mel. You know, always doing good over here.
All right. Are you gonna play that song there, or were you gonna just get into it? Gonna play
Do you
that
want me
song
to?
and let the room fill up a little bit there, buddy?
Yep, I got you.
All right.
I'm just gonna play one as a filler because I accidentally closed a tab, so give me a second.
No worries.
So here's that while I find the Bitcoin song again.
Let's get down to business. Give you one more night to get this. We've had a million nights just like this. So let's get down to business. Mama, please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. Friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business. Let's get down to business.
Well.
There we go. We found the Bitcoin song.
We back, baby. Bitcoins, shitcoins, or NFTs. There's no greater feeling than hitting that sweet. Old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump to the sky. We just buy and get rich. Old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump, baby. We just buy and get rich. Back, we back in the black, we back in the green. Got the team all around me, we rowdy and causing scenes. Where you been? Grab a cup, baby, come and take a sip. Oh my bad, yo, what's up? Man, you didn't buy the dip. Oh, that's rough, oh, that's tough, oh, that's really gotta suck. Only problem that we got is that we didn't buy enough. Man, I joke, man, I kid, know exactly what we did. Now we pull up in the whip, cause we just hit. Old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump to the sky, we just buy and get rich. Old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump, baby, we just buy and get rich. Got my family on the phone, they asking what they should buy. I say a time machine to take you back to when I was trying to get you buying on the low instead you trying to buy high. I guess it's time for me to sell this shit and wave it goodbye. Like sayonara, I don't wanna be stuck there with the bag. Don't be mad, I'm just saying I'm taking some of the cash that we stacked up, baby, cause we out of here. As we blast up straight into the stratosphere. Right through the old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump to the sky, we just buy and get rich. Old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump, baby, we just buy and get rich. Old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump to the sky, we just buy and get rich. Old time high in this bitch. Watch it pump, baby, we just buy and get rich.
Let's go.
All right. Aloha, folks, and welcome to the Humpday Warrior Show. I am Aloha Sean. I am one of the founders here at Ape Runners and DGen Titans. I'd like to welcome everyone, and our goal here is fairly simple. All we're trying to do is bring awareness and understanding, education to everyone around the world, along with a little bit of entertainment, because we all know everybody likes to be entertained. Real fast, I want to give a shout out to all the folks behind the scenes: Egbert, Snake Plissken, Lost, Bagel, Panda, and of course myself for making all of this happen. Before we get started, a couple things. Today we're going to be interviewing Invisible Enemies. They are a project that is directed at veterans, which is something I'm very passionate about, as well as myself. Now, with all transparency, the goal here is we're going to be pushing our guest in front of a moving train, and it's going to be their responsibility to avoid getting railroaded and show their true value in the Web3 ecosystem. We're trying to be playing both sides of the coin here, so everybody can make an informed decision on if they want to proceed with the project or not. So, you want to introduce yourself, Invisible Enemies?
I don't know. Now I'm a little scared. No,
No, don't be
just
scared.
kidding. No, I'm just kidding. My name is Melly, founder of Invisible Enemies. I've been in the space for about 2 years, to close to 2.5 now, I believe. And yeah, I'm stoked to be here. I'm really excited to be the founder of this project, and I'm also on the team at Utility Company. So really excited at where I'm at with my Web3 journey.
Okay, right on. That's awesome. Totally awesome. Also, for all you folks out there who are listening and are unable to speak, we love community engagement. So if you have questions and maybe you're at work or you're with the family and you can't speak, please type your questions into the chat. And my man Bagel will catch those questions and we'll get them out there for you. I know sometimes even myself listening to spaces, I can't always jump up or get on the mic. So questions need to be answered. Let's get them in the chat and we can get those answered for you. All right. We're going to get you in front of that moving train here. Let's go.
Choo-choo.
All right. All right. Let's start this off. Can you just tell us about the inspiration behind the Invisible Enemies project and its creation story?
Absolutely, I would love to. Let me know if my service cuts out at all. I have like low bars right now, but I'm walking towards somewhere better. But if you can hear me, Invisible Enemies actually has a lot of meaning behind the title, as well as the artwork and the storyline, as well as what we're trying to build in this space. So, Invisible Enemies actually refers to what it sounds like. It refers to those inner wounds. Everyone in here, in some way, shape, or form, has or has had some form of an ongoing battle internally. You can hide that battle behind a smile, but you never truly know what people are going through on the inside. It's just a fact. The best example I can give you is Robin Williams. Everyone in here used to think of him and smile. He brought so much laughter to others, and he seemed like the happiest person alive, but we all know what happened there. So we really wanted to shine a light on this invisible battle against your enemies, the enemies that you can't see, but they can be there. And for a lot of people, that battle can be very challenging, very loud, if you will. So we really believe that one of the best tools to fight this battle is to not feel alone, to have that sense of family, friendship, community. And that has become one of my favorite things about Web3 is the opportunity to do that. So we've kind of put this project together very organically. Everything we've built up until today, none of it has been paid for. All of it has been very genuine hard work. We decided to dedicate our project to service members as well as first responders and veterans. Sorry if I'm out of breath, by the way. I'm walking a lot, but just stop me if you can't hear me. But when we founded this project, it was originally a team of 6. Now it is just me. But when we started this project, everyone in the team had somebody who at one point or another, someone in their family had served. And we were talking about the mental effects that that has had, as well as what we have been through personally. So the whole idea of that invisible battle, those invisible wounds, was very relatable to us all. And we knew we wanted to give back to our military men and women, especially. They've been through so much, and a lot of people don't realize that once their service is over, they come back home and they might not have a home. They might not have the same family members, the same friends. They might not have any idea what to do for work, how to make money. A lot of times that transition to civilian living can be just as challenging or bring on its own difficulties. So that is how the project was born. You can see a lot of this reflected within our artwork. When you click on my PFP, that banner, those aliens, you'll notice that they all wear military-inspired uniforms. Uniforms. They were inspired by our U.S. branches. We have the Army, the Navy, the Marines, Air Force, and Coastal Guard, all within the collection. We also have 22 of those aliens as completely invisible. The reason behind that is because of the Turn 22 to 0 movement, which is something else that we really push and highlight within the project, within the spaces that we do. So that number 22 actually stands for 22 veterans every single day taking their own lives. When I learned that statistic, it really shocked me and stuck with me. So ever since then, I try to use that number to represent that. So one of the ways we do that is in the collection, there are exactly 22 aliens completely invisible to represent that silence of those we've lost. You'll also see this account every day at some point in time. We'll pop open a space and we will be live for exactly 22 minutes of complete silence. Those 22 minutes of silence, again, represent those that are not around anymore, the people that are not here. We do that to help build awareness around suicide and preventing it in the space. You'll see in the Jumbotron a bunch of different mental health awareness tips, ways to start your journey. There will be suicide hotlines, crisis hotlines, a lot of different sources in the Jumbotron. And then I do like to end that space in a positive light. I'll remind everyone in the audience they're not alone. Let them know they are loved. I'm here every day with you guys. And every time someone jumps in that space, you're a big part of helping get eyes on it, get awareness built in the space. So that's just a little taste of who we are and where we came from.
No, that's awesome. And I 100% agree with everything you said. I love the backstory. The community is the key. And I think you're on the right path. Is there what is the size of the collection that you folks are minting out right now? And will there be more?
Okay, this is a fun question. So originally, the Zeta Reticulans is what we call our aliens, which is our collection that we are.
I got to interrupt you for a second, sweetheart. I got to say I love the reptilian comments on your guys' webpage and everything. I dig that.
Nice. Okay, so getting into that, when you do read up on the lore, these are the Zeta Reticulans, this first collection. I decided recently, and I've been announcing in spaces, we are a collection of 5,348. I believe it might be off by a few numbers, but we originally came up with that number because we multiplied 1782 3 times, which was the year that the Purple Heart was established. But we did take a while to come to mint. Obviously, with the market, we came in during the bull. Now we're in the bear. So after a while, we've decided this is going to be done in waves. So if you read into the lore, as you just mentioned, there are reptilians teased in the storyline. So the storyline is that these aliens, the Zeta Reticulans, they've been studying planet Earth and the human race for centuries now, and they're very intrigued by us. They're really drawn to our planet, but the more that they've studied us, they do notice that humans are in pain. We're suffering, we're struggling, we fight a lot, we go to war with each other, we're destroying the one planet we can survive on. So the aliens don't understand why this is happening. So they do start to send the aliens down in waves. And we do tease the reptilians because in the storyline, the Zeta Reticulans start to uncover that a lot of the human beings have been manipulated. They've been manipulated. A lot of these reptilians actually invaded before the Zetas and have been lurking in the shadows, kind of brainwashing the human race. So that is the storyline. The Zeta Reticulans are here to help us get better, help us get rid of that reptilian threat. So that's all I will say for upcoming collection. But we are really close to closing wave 1. We're super duper close. As soon as we hit that 1,000 mark, wave 1 will officially close.
Right on. That's awesome, and it's extremely accurate with current conditions going on with what we're dealing with. Quite funny.
You put the messages in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, it's just like wow. Very, very good. Very impressive. Is your folks is your art hand drawn, or is it generated in another fashion?
No, so when this project came to fruition, the artist was Rob Mara. I met him through another project, so we did meet in Web3. But he had been a tattoo artist for over 20 years. He had owned and ran his own tattoo shop for I think 15 years. And when he came into NFTs, he kind of fell in love with the space, started doing his own drawings. And a lot of us that had been talking to each other were like, we should do our own project and we should have a charitable aspect, a mental health aspect. And I truly love the way the art came out. You can see some of the skills he has as a tattoo artist when you take a really good look at the some of the shading. And me personally, I love the backgrounds he did. I think they're really colorful and they really help these aliens pop out at you. And of course, those 22 invisible ones to me are some of the more important ones in the collection. Of course, I'd check those out as well.
Yeah, yeah, very good. Yeah, definitely impressive for hand drawn art. I personally like it a lot, and the details on it are very good. Like even like with the sparkles on the chains or the shining lights off of the buttons, and the eyes and things like that. Very very well done. Thank you for that. Um, so how has your community or the community around you responded to the invisible enemies so far?
Well, the community has loved it since day one. They've all been very supportive about the cause. We, since the beginning, have had a lot of support from veterans in the space, from people who are currently serving, as well as family members, spouses, people who grew up in military homes. So we have had a lot of amazing people that have been drawn to this, who relate to this project. But I also did want to, when I do talk about it, I do want to let everyone know this is not just about service members and veterans. We selected them for the charitable aspect, for the artwork, because we see them as our heroes. If it wasn't for these people sacrificing so much, their lives as they knew it to fight for the freedoms we live today, I wouldn't be on the space with you today. You wouldn't be able to run your project. Everyone in this audience probably wouldn't be here if you lived in a place that had no freedom. So I do like to throw that in there so everyone can try to keep a mind of
I
gratitude.
100% agree with that. I 100% agree with that. And that's why it really it really sometimes brings me down on how our governments, and not just ours and other governments around the world, how they treat our veterans after they've done such sacrifices to do what they've done. And a lot of these folks, they didn't ask for it, but they felt it was their duty to do so. And the way that they're treated upon their return is, to me, it's devastating in a lot of ways. I'm a little bit older. I'm 50. I'll be 56 here in a few months. And so when I was a kid, the whole Vietnam era war was a big thing, and I saw firsthand how our veterans were treated. When they returned home, I mean, they were treated horribly, and that weighed on me, and it still weighs on me till this day. And we'll get into my passions later on, but I have some stuff I want to share with you as well. My next question is kind of important because there's a lot of gray area in here, and I want to know is how does you guys say about the 10% of your NFT sales go to charity? How does that 10% to charity work? Because I've done a lot of personal investigation into charities and how they operate, because I've tried to do my part, and that's what's led me to my other venture. But the problem with the charities nowadays is a lot of their funds, even though they're classified as nonprofit organizations or whatnot, the problem is, and even where I live currently, I've tried to help. The problem is the funds go to the charity's administrative costs, their office building, their vehicles, their insurances, just all their overhead, and very little goes to the cause. So I want to know how you guys are navigating that landscape.
Yeah, of course. So we haven't, collection wise, we haven't done the charitable donation yet. It is at the end of Mint. So originally it was going to be at the very end, but now we're going to do it at the end of each wave. In the meantime, since we haven't minted out, we have done events. Last Memorial Day, not this year, but the last one, we did a charity poker event where we had other founders in the space join us and do donations and contributions financially for the charity. We've selected Mission 22 because they do a lot around suicide, that number 22 again, as well as memorials, which was very suiting for Memorial Day. So whatever money we raised from that charity, that poker event, we donated. This year, I did have the founder, who's also a veteran. His name is Chris from the Wild Guardians. He was actually in my city right around Memorial Day weekend. So we went to this monument called Mount Soledad in my city. And we are doing a $200 donation to them as well. So once we do sell at that wave one, we do like to have our holders vote in the big decisions. One of those recently was an investment for a new utility, which I can speak on later. So when wave one does close, I will be presenting a list of different charities that I've already looked into. I will be updating that because when I did make that list, it was months ago. But since we haven't minted out yet, I do want to go through that list one last time. Then I will present it because, again, of what you said, there are some charities out there who will take your money, but that money might not do much for veterans in the long run. So I will be updating that list. I will be calling them and making sure that they're active, everything's up to code, and that they do. I'm going to ask where that money goes. Then I'll present it to the community for a vote. Whatever charity gets the most votes, that will receive the 10% from the Wave 1 collection. And every collection we do put forth will be receiving 10% sent to charity as well. But most likely each wave will have a brand new vote on which one to send the money to.
All right, that's cool. Very, very cool. Do you guys do you have any stories of recent positive impacts that you've had on any of your community members so far?
Sure. Yeah, of course. So since the beginning, we have been trying to get veterans that are in the space to come verify. We do want to make sure they're legit veterans, and we since day one we have given them all a free mint. As well as any new ones that enter our community, they always receive a welcome gift. We give them roles so everyone knows to, thank them for their service. It's a very nice way to do that as well. Recently, we've been doing something called Heroes Mail. It's something that I started where we're asking people who either have someone who has served and is a veteran or has someone they know that's deployed that would like to receive mail to send their names and addresses. We want to make that impact when you've missed home and you're feeling a little homesick. You receive that letter, it makes your day. It brings a smile to your face and vice versa for a veteran who might not get the thanks they deserve. They receive a piece of mail that really they really felt was heartfelt and somebody is giving them the thanks for their service. We also do veterans of the month every month. We'll pick someone in web3 who we've gotten to know and who's a veteran in the space who's also active in web3, and we like to highlight not so much who they are in web3 but as a person, as well as tell their story when they were in service. I feel like a lot of times someone tells you they served, but you don't really know what they've been through. You don't know what countries they've been to. You don't know how long they served, what branch they served. You don't know if they went through hardship during that. So I do reach out to veterans that I personally know or that we've verified, and we'll ask them to share what they feel willing to share. We've gotten some amazing stories, which are all available in our Discord. We have a section called Veteran of the Month. We have pictures of them in uniform as well as current pictures of them today. Something really nice that we do to highlight them as well. And then, of course, being in the space for 2.5 years, there are a few that have left the space, but I still will contact them, make sure everything's okay. I have had a few of them tell me I reached out at a good time because they were going through hardships. So it's one of those things. If you ever feel alone, I do open that Silence for 22 space, but I will always tell you guys, if you're going through something difficult, you need someone to talk to and you feel like you don't have that person, I'll be that person for you. I'll give you the phone numbers you need, the sources you need. So I'm not a medical professional, but I have a really big heart, and I really do want to help people through this project, especially the veterans, of course, because as you guys mentioned earlier,
Yeah,
I don't feel like they get treated the way they
yeah,
deserve.
yeah,
They're our heroes.
100%. And I totally agree with that, and that's awesome that you're doing that. Now, we all know that this is a massive undertaking, what you're trying to accomplish, and my question is how do you start with this? Do you start in your hometown? So, like for instance, in your website, your one of your things that you're trying to get off the ground is helping with the homelessness. So that in itself is one of many tasks that is massive, not just in the United States, but globally. But we'll just stick with the United States for right now. So this to get veterans out of the homeless situation is a massive undertaking. So how do you see that taking place? Like, where do you start with that? Do you start in in your area, or do you start in an area that maybe has the most homeless vets? And what's the best way to impact that situation?
Okay, this is a great question. So this one, I definitely need to update the website a little bit more. Originally, that was the plan to focus on this specific route. Now it's a little broader with the collaborations, the partnerships, all the opportunities that are presenting themselves. I don't want to select one path. I want to be able to open the doors to help as many people in as many different ways. So, to address specifically the homeless situation, originally with the project, we were teamed up with another NFT project that does real estate, and we were going to investing in real estate with them. We were going to use that money to keep the project going, as well as we were going to offer veterans free real estate knowledge, lessons, courses through that collaboration and project. Unfortunately, that project is gone. So that is one of the ways we originally intended to do that. On the path, I have met a few people who still have sources that I'm keeping in touch with as they progress their nonprofits or their businesses. One of those is a woman in the space who her and her husband are starting to look into creating tiny homes. They believe it's affordable to create these small homes. I mean, you can get them on Amazon now, I believe. We see 3D homes being printed. So that is something her and her husband are looking to doing for a nonprofit. So that is one source I'm still in touch with. Another source recently is another NFT project that does travel, but they also are getting very into economical housing with the current technologies. I believe they're also using a lot of the 3D printing technology for their homes. So that is another side that we are with. More locally, I actually happen to live in San Diego, where we do have a very large homeless population as well as a very large veteran population. So, a more local personal note, um, I don't have any kind of initiatives per se, but I personally, once a month or every other month, I'll clean out my entire pantry, my entire refrigerator, my freezer. I'll cook every single thing I have, and I'll go feed the homeless. I'm not supposed to do that if it's recorded. Maybe I didn't say that out loud, but I hate to throw food away when there's people on the streets that I don't
Oh,
know when they're going to eat next,
100%.
So there's many different ways.
100%. Yeah, no,
Right? I
that's awesome. I
know.
mean, I struggle with watching restaurants throw away food when there's hungry people, walking around, in the vicinity of the restaurant. I mean, I don't get it. I really don't get it. It's sad and it's somewhat disgusting. On a personal question, do you have um access to a lot of folks that share your vision?
So through the Web3 space, I have met a lot. I have met a lot. Team wise, I do have people that do help me out. I've formed some wonderful partnerships with people like the utility company, where they have many different businesses, subsidiaries. But behind the utility foundation, they do believe in this project, my vision, and myself so much that they are going to put me as a chairwoman for the utility foundation. So, when we get to that point, we will have so many opportunities to help raise funds to help people with this vision that align with this vision. Another example is Wolfie, Dead-Eye Degen from Wolf Punks. I don't know if you guys know him, but he does dog rescues as well as he takes my cause very personally because he has had veterans that he knows who have suffered. I don't want to share his personal stories, but he's very drawn to this purpose and cause. So he wants to work together as well to do nonprofit things together. So yeah, there's definitely people in the space who believe in this. I would love to get more connected locally. That is something I am trying to
Well,
do.
the
But
reason I
yeah.
asked that is I have something that I've drawn out, and I've only shared it with a couple folks, and I would really like to share it later on in this conversation with you and get your input on it. And maybe it's something that you might be able to help contribute with. But we'll get into that later. But I like what you're doing. Very, very impressive. And it's a battle to attempt to do what you're doing. And it takes a lot of inner strength to push forward every day with trying to accomplish that. It's very impressive. And I'm happy to hear that you're doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
Yeah,
that.
for sure. And it's well deserved. How do you plan to provide ongoing value to your investors and your community members through utilities?
Okay, great question. So, when we did start the project, we had a few visions for the business. One of those was the real estate. But as I don't know how long you guys specifically have been in the space, but a lot of us have seen that one of the biggest things is you don't know who's going to stick around. You don't, you have to be very quick to adapt and pivot. So I kind of have stopped doing the over promise and under delivering. So now I try and do my research. I try to investigate different opportunities, see things that align with our project and our vision, the people that I think are going to be here long term building true things. And then I start to introduce them as either partners or collaborations, or there are plans with a couple of the people I mentioned previously to do nonprofits with. Um, but oh wait, I'm having a little brain fart. Wait, what was the question? I was like going somewhere. I was like, what was the original
That's all right.
question?
That's all right. We'll move on to the next one. That was good.
I didn't even answer it. What was the question?
Was the how do you plan on providing ongoing value to
Oh,
your
the business. Oh, yes. Okay. Yes, thank you. It's a business. Okay. So I've stopped kind of telling people like, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to promise you this and that. But some of the newer utilities that we've added on that is very exciting in my opinion. One of those is I minted a love story unicorn, which if you're not familiar with her, her name's Kimmy. She's a relationship counselor and therapist. She studied psychology. She has her degrees, and that's her career. So she turned it into an NFT project where she offers one-on-one counseling to couples and like therapy sessions for relationships. So I spoke to her about this because I am single. I don't necessarily need the relationship counseling at the moment, but I was like, I would love to offer that to people in my community because one of the things I come onto spaces daily. I talk about mental health. We will talk about, the struggle and unfortunately suicide and all those things. But I don't usually come to spaces enough to talk about how much it affects the spouses, the kids, the families. It's not just that individual who went off and served, it's everyone within their circle. It's all their loved ones. So I was really excited when Kimmy did agree. So if you're an Invisible Enemies holder, you can actually try her out. You get one free session of a relationship counseling. But if you are a verified veteran, service member, or first responder, you can claim 3 free sessions. So I was really excited about that. That was really awesome of her to agree to take my NFT and turn it into a project utility for us. But I do also host a really special space with her and the Wild Guardians as well every month. Based off mental health. We've done everything from a veterans mental health episode to we just did men's for Father's Day. We did women's for Mother's Day. We've done holidays without your loved ones around. We've done all kinds of different topics. So that is a special monthly space that we do as well with her. And then our newest utility, I did mention the utility company. I believe you guys had them on the show not that long
Yes.
ago. Awesome. So if you guys remember Loch Ness Botanical Society, they are minting now. That is the cannabis subsidiary that they have. We took it to a vote. It was something I truly believed in. I'm also on the team there, but I invested in the first batch personally, and I already saw the returns from the first batch. So as soon as I saw that this is solid, this is something I believe in, this is something that I would invest in again, I thought maybe it'd be a great business opportunity as well. So again, I do like to involve the community in a lot of these big decisions. So before we did go ahead and mint a growth spot from the Loch Ness Botanical Society, I put it up for a community vote, and I was really blown away and really happy to see that every single person voted yes. So they all read through the announcements, the website, the white papers, and they all saw that it was a great business opportunity. The ones with utility company are for forever NFTs. So it's ongoing revenue in my eyes. So that's a great utility that we've recently added on. And the fact that the entire community voted yes means in the future, when they go Requiem Electric, that might be a new community vote. Every wave, there might be a new business opportunity, but I will not be going to spaces and dropping too much alpha or like making too many promises, because I don't ever want to under deliver, of course.
Yeah, it's always good to over deliver and under promise for sure. Or did I say that right? No, I think I said that wrong.
I always have to go back and read
over deliver, under promise. All right, there we
Exactly.
go. All right. I question, because we do projects as well, and I always like to get other folks' input on this. What is the most challenging situation that might have developed when you're promoting your project, and how did you overcome it?
I think probably one of the more challenging things is as NFT projects, we come in and all we know is to go on Twitter Spaces to build a Discord. It can be kind of hard to market an NFT project outside of these tools. There are things like Telegram. We do have other social media aspects, but I think it is really important to build that community organically, so people can really truly see the vision behind what you're building. There's a lot of projects that come in, and just as quickly as they came in, they go out. And there are a lot of people too in the space who, once they have that one or two bad experiences, they leave the space and they don't come back. So I think one of the things a lot of us do have to keep in mind is just to be ready to onboard, not just focus on the Web3, but also look at the Web2. Look at where like you just suggested, local growing. That's something I would like to do more of. And I do believe a lot of these projects that want to be here long term do need to see the project more as a business, a brand, maybe a movement. It's not just a project. There's a lot more that goes behind the scenes.
Yeah, and you got to start somewhere. It's a battle. You guys are currently on the ETH network. Is that working for you?
I mean, when we came in, that ETH was the chain to be on. Now with the gases, I do question if that's the same blockchain we will move all the collections going forward on. I am open to changing blockchains. I'm not sure yet.
Have you considered
but
Base?
ETH has had its up and down.
You could consider Base network, because it's on the Ethereum chain, and it's way less expensive, and the blockchain itself right now is pretty well lit. It's on fire, and it's getting a lot of attention because of the fees that are a fraction of the cost. And basically the fees are what Ethereum was supposed to be and didn't turn out to be. So that is maybe have a look into Base. And also, just so you know, our main company, Degen Titans, we have connections that we might be able to help with in the future, as far as bridging and building out platforms that would you'd be able to utilize for your projects. So just keep that in mind.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I have heard really good things about base, but definitely whenever this mint closes out, whatever we do next, I'll be exploring other chains possibly. But we will have a whole new mint experience, mint site, mint page. We're going to have new safety protocols with Osiris. So there's a lot of really cool things in the work, but it's one of those things. We're in no rush. We're here to build long term. So I'm excited to see what's next for Invisible
Yeah,
Enemies.
yeah, cool. Are you guys considering doing any collabs with any other big projects or artists, or particularly in your case, any other uh, platforms or groups that are trying to accomplish the same thing that you folks are trying to accomplish?
Oh, I'm absolutely all about collaboration. Invisible Enemies, actually, you can find us in a lot of cool places. You can find us in other NFT collections. We're in a collection of astronauts called Casa de Luna. We're also in a collection called the Sanctuary, which is dogs, and every dog collar minted with one of our alien heads actually received the $100 donations for veteran charity as well. We're in a comic book universe with the blockchain bandicoots. That was really cool. Um, we we've been able to like hit so many different like stories, comics. We're in like we've made it to NFT songs. Like if you know Malik, he dropped a song, and there's a whole verse about invisible enemies in the battle that we're all going through. So these last few years have been a journey, and I'm all about collaboration because to me, the more places that this brand gets, the bigger the brand gets, the more people recognize these aliens and kind of what the meaning is behind them, or even the more people that see that number 22 and can kind of see what it represents to me, to us. That's building awareness. There might be people out there who feel really lonely and don't know that this exists, a community in Web3 where we have fun and we're there for each other every single day. I just want people to know that these aliens represent, we're all connected, no matter who you are. I don't care what you look like on the outside, but when I shove you in front of an x ray, we're all going to look the same behind that x-ray. We're all going to look like a bunch of bones, you know? So at the end of the day, just be nice to each other. You're
Yeah,
not alone. We're all
and it's not
connected.
that hard to
And
be
I want
nice
this
to
brand to
somebody. You know, it's
represent
actually
that.
easier to be.
A hundred
It's easier to
percent.
be nicer to
Yeah.
somebody than it is not to be. You know, and I have to totally agree with you for that. Or is there any Bagel? Do we have any questions in the chat that some of the folks tuning in might want to ask?
I haven't seen any, but I'm gonna double check. Nope, nothing yet that I can see.
Well, I guess I've been hitting all the right points then. All right.
I would like to go ahead and play this little video real quick.
All right.
Yo,
Play it up.
VIPs, gather round and listen up. This month, we're throwing down the gauntlet with the
Can
King
y'all
of
hear
VIP
it?
game on Discord. We got
Yes.
some serious prizes up for grabs, and it's about to get lit. You think you can hang with the best? Then bring your hustle and jump into the game. Show us you got the chops to take the crown and claim those big-time rewards. This ain't just another game, this is your shot at glory. Get in there, flex your skills, and prove you're the real deal. The King of VIP is up for grabs, and it's time to show who's boss. Let's make some noise and turn this into a month to remember. Get in the game and make it happen. Do what you gotta do to become King of VIP. Yep.
And don't forget, we got the Discord link down there in the comments. So go join
Yeah,
us.
please,
Check out what we got going on.
join the Discord. Give us a follow on Twitter or X, excuse me. Give me a follow. I'm trying to build up my following too, so I can help bring awareness. And it's all about just sharing the experiences, the knowledge, and what everybody's doing in the space and how they're growing. It's just like I've said this many times. It doesn't matter if you can be the best person at whatever it is you do, but if nobody knows who you are or how to get in contact with you, it's like you don't exist. So it's important to keep pushing. Let your name get out there. Let your platform or your project be known, so that it becomes a household name if it needs to be. And you got to keep pushing forward and don't ever stop. I think that's key is persistence. And I see that with a lot of folks that are persistent. Like I've been watching some. Let's just take Matt Kim. I'm sure a lot of you folks know who Matt Kim is on X. He's an up and coming reporter, like journalist. He started, with his phone in his living room, and now he's doing great things, and it's only been a year. I mean, it's amazing, and he was just persistent, and all he's doing is telling the truth, and making people aware of what's going on around, and I think that's a great thing.
Hello. It's
Hello,
Egbert
Mr.
here.
Egberts. How you doing, my man?
I have a question for the lady, if she doesn't mind.
Of course.
Hi, yeah, of course. Nice to meet
How are you,
you.
dear? I think it's just a great thing you're doing for the veterans and what you're doing for everybody, and I think it's great. You said at the beginning you had 6 people in your group, and now you're the only one left holding the bag. Is there any thing with that, or they all deserted you, or what's the go there, or?
No, so the story there is we started with 6. We all came from a different community. And then quickly, when people started to see how much energy, time it truly takes to make an NFT project succeed, um, 3 of them off the bat kind of dropped off. They were too busy with their real life. And then um, the original founder was one of those people. He had 2 jobs. He didn't have time for the project. I didn't necessarily have a title. I came in to help. I just knew that the purpose and the whole meaning behind the project was really meaningful to me. And then the artist, Rob Mara, and then we also had a project manager. His name was Sam. We were kind of like the core 3. I was the one going out to the spaces. Sam was a lot of the building. Rob did the artwork. So the 3 of us were a cohesive unit for a lot of that time. But we did come in at the bull, and unfortunately, right after we went to mint, we started heading into the bear. So for us, we came in and we saw projects minting out their collections the day of. 10,000 pieces, 5,000 pieces, no problem. So when our time came in, it was a great start. We did start to halt a little bit, and now it has been a steady growth, but very slow progression compared to day one. So the artist decided not to continue doing art in this space. He is now back to doing tattoos. He's no longer in Web3. And then our project manager, Sam, he still helped the project for quite a bit, but he also one of another project we collaborated with in the space quite a bit. They also do a lot of work for veterans. They're working on doing a veteran retreat. So he was helping them out as well, and he aligned with them a little bit more. So now I'm kind of the head here, but I do have the wonderful mods, Eric and Brew. Shout out to them. I love those 2 twins. They've been with me since the beginning, and they helped me out a whole bunch. As well as I do have utility company who I've partnered up with. They support me every space I go to. We're building a mega server together. So I don't know if you saw Krishna in here earlier. He had a little ring around his face. Some of the PFPs in here have it. But you can see that his had an invisible enemy's head with it. So as you can see that mega server, there's a lot of really great growth opportunities that we're working on. So even though I might be the sole founder, I don't ever feel alone. I know I'm loved and supported. You can see it from all those emojis from my community members. And shout out to DF Low. He's been in the community day one, and he actually minted one of the only 22 invisible ones. So he's like VIP around our parts.
So for another question is, how would it be that you would have communities or projects or anything to help you? How would you like a bit of help? What would be in your mind someone to help you?
That's a great question. I mean, it really is up to each community and their founders. Like to me, a simple like and retweet goes a long way. A mint helps a lot with the progress. If you turn on the notifications, you see silence for 22. Your PFP jumps in the room. Maybe your friend will jump in the room too. And now you guys see that there's a movement daily you can jump in and be a part of. By being in other NFT collections, again, that brand and the whole story behind these aliens, we want those aliens to help people push positivity, be kind to others. Don't be mean to everyone, like we're all human beings after all. We're all just trying to do our best out here. So it's better to support one another. then to talk trash on each other and say like come to spaces and bring negativity. There's a lot of room for positive growth in the space, and I do see a lot of founders aligning with that more and more. So that is a big part of the reason we are building that mega server. We want to grow with those that we see are here for the right reasons and here to do good things in the space as well.
All right. Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
thank you for your question.
thank you, Eggy. That was those are very good questions. Well, that's all I have for questions, and I want to congratulate you on avoiding getting railroaded. And I would like to share something that I have been holding with me for the last couple of years, and very few people know about it. Two of the people, or three of the people that, probably the only three people that I've shared it with, are in this chat right now. And since you have such an involvement in this community with the veterans, and you have contacts, I'll just throw this out there and we'll see where it goes, because as the days and weeks go by, it seems that I've been getting more contacts and more input and more avenues to pursue it. So I think this is only fitting to share it with you, and then maybe somebody or another community that you're involved with has input and can help. But I have this vision, and it's all for it's 100% for the veterans, and it's not just for the United States. It's globally, and the thing that I'm trying to accomplish, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, but eventually I'm going to do it, is gaming is huge. Okay. And Web3 and blockchain has opened up a whole new possibility, arena of possibilities. Okay. So I'm not very good at explaining this, so I'm just going to throw it out there and you can decipher it for yourself. But I want to create a game. Okay. Something like a, what's the most famous game? Call of Duty type game. And it's a war game, I guess you could call it. But if you could have every veteran who's got a smartphone or access to a computer, whether it be an internet cafe or whatever, and they could sign up on this app. Okay. They're a veteran in need. Okay. And then you have gamers that love to play games. And as they play these games, the object of the game is to rescue veterans. Okay. And it doesn't matter if they're veterans that are currently in service or veterans that are homeless in the streets or somewhere else not getting what they need. So the object of the game is you're actually going into this game and you're going to go behind enemy lines and you're going to rescue these veterans. And I don't know how it all fits or functions yet. I have a spider web of an ecosystem that I've sketched out on a piece of paper, but the basic goal of the game is to have the players go in and actually rescue these veterans in real life with whether it be tokens that the veterans can redeem for money to buy food, or NFTs that will grant them a 1 week or a 1 month stay in a hostel or a house or whatever the case may be. But that's the goal of the game is gamers will go in and actually rescue veterans in real life. And I'm very passionate about trying to bring that to life. And I've been holding it onto it for a couple of years now. And I've only mentioned to a few people because I don't really know who to talk to about it. And lately it's become more and more relevant that I need to share it with other folks, because this is something that would take a team of people to accomplish, you know what I mean? But I believe with all my heart, it's more than possible. And I just need to be in front of the right people. And so take that with what you want, and we can talk about it more later.
Yeah, I'd absolutely love to talk to you more about that. I think it's a wonderful idea, like a play to earn game where you have a charitable aspect and it's helping people IRL.
Exactly.
I think that's wonderful. And gamers never die. I grew up a gamer. So if I was playing a video game where I knew I wasn't just getting a trophy out of it, I was actually helping someone in real life, I'd be so much more
Right?
motivated to
Exactly.
keep
I
playing
have
that
an
game
idea
day in
for
and day
that,
out.
so
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk to you after the space about that, Sean, because I actually have an idea that might be able to point you in
Well,
the right
perfect.
direction.
The more we get involved, I think the easier the mission would be to accomplish. So I thought that would be a perfect this space right here, right now, would be a perfect place to drop that bomb and just let people soak on that and see where it goes. I see it as I see it like it's already happened. I don't know how to make it happen except to put it in front of all the potentially right people, and eventually it will come. And I want nothing out of this. Like I don't want any uh I don't want any money out of this. All I want to do is be involved in making it happen. Like that would be that's my end goal right there of everything. I've already pretty much accomplished everything I've set out to do, but this is like the end game for me, is like to accomplish this. And I want nothing from it but the satisfaction of knowing that I took this from idea to making it happen in real life. Like that's the ultimate right there for me.
I think it's a beautiful idea and dream. And yes, one way, shape, or form for sure, it'll come to fruition and you'll have helped so many and saved so many people's lives. It's beautiful. So yeah, I love this. Like just the fact that Web3 can connect us all and we can
Exactly.
all
And
resonate with each
blockchain
other. And
fixes so many things. It can fix this problem.
It really could, because just to throw a little idea out there to show you
Throw it,
how that
brother. Throw
specific
it.
portion could, uh, you could use the device's RAM power to mine Bitcoin over a bunch of devices, through the game. Like they're playing the game, you're using their RAM to mine Bitcoin on a different server somewhere through their RAM. And as long as it's all consensual, you have that in terms of conditions and stuff, you really could make that work to where you can have like a payout system for verified veterans.
Yep, 100%. The more ideas we get involved in this, and the more brains, the better. And I think the easier it'd be to make it happen. But it's got to start somewhere. It started for me with a passion and a piece of paper 2 years ago, and only now I'm speaking about it openly. But it's something I'd like to see happen. And like I said, if I could be part of making that happen, that would be the most awesome thing, accomplishment of all time for me personally.
Well, Sean,
Anyways,
it's your idea. You're the only one
well,
that can make it
I just
come to
like I said,
fruition.
I don't want anything from it. I don't want any money from it. I don't want nothing. I want to be instrumental in making it happen. That's my only desire for that project is to make that happen. And if somebody steals the idea from me and makes it happen, then fuck, God bless them. That's awesome. I don't care how it gets there. I just want it to get there. Like that's the goal.
Either way, you had a part in it because he gave him the idea.
Yeah, exactly. It's cool. But I just don't want it to be a money draining charity. Like, we spoke earlier, a lot of these charities that you donate to, you donate $1,000 to the charity. You're lucky if $100 gets to the veterans or does any real good. You know what I mean? It's busy paying for their office building and their insurance and their volunteers and their pamphlets and their flyers and their radio ads and all this other stuff. I have honestly zero respect for 99% of any charity out there, because it's basically just a scam for taxes. You know what I mean? And they're not utilized. They're taking the burden of what's on the veterans. And this just goes into anything. I mean, it goes back to when I was a kid, when they were trying to feed kids in Africa. They weren't feeding the kids in Africa. They were laundering the money. You know what I mean? And that's the problem is, and even locally where I live, I've tried to do things with charitable companies over here, and I live in a small place, and it was like, oh yeah, you can, you can donate $1,000 or $5,000. And then I asked them, well, what are you going to do with that? And they go, oh, we have workshops and this, and we'll once a month we'll do, we'll feed the folks. And it's just like, I could do that on my own, And so I was trying to come up with a different approach, and the game was the approach. And now that Web3 and blockchain has evolved so much, I think now is the time that this could actually, come into play, and it could actually happen. It just needs to get in front of the right people, and this is where it starts.
Web3 Elon Musk will figure this out, whoever that may be.
Yeah. There's a solution to every problem, and this is a big problem, and I'm a problem solver. So if I can solve, or not solve it myself, but be instrumental in solving it, then I would love that.
Hell yeah. And I would love to say that, don't forget, we got the Engage event going on right now in the Discord too. All you got to do is be in there. All you got to do is go to the Engage channel and engage with all the tweets in the Engage bot, and you earn points. The winner of that at the end of the month gets the free Rudinals.
Nice. Thank you for that, Bagel. All right. Well, we got any questions from any of the folks in the group here? Anybody want to ask a question or get anything sorted out?
You kind of knocked it out of the park again, Sean.
I did? Aw.
You ate the meat straight off the bones.
Well, that's the point, right? Just bring the education, bring the knowledge, and try to have a little bit of fun with it at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say this was a really fun AMA. I enjoyed doing the show. So yeah, definitely I had a good time.
Right on. Well, if there's anybody in here who hasn't followed me on Twitter or X, give me a follow, please. I'm going to be promoting these spaces twice a week. We're doing the Wednesday Humpday Warriors like today, and then Friday we're doing Ordinal Titan show, and I'm doing little 30-minute video clips during the week to promote it. So if you're not following me, please follow, and so we can get the word out. We can help the space grow. And if you have not joined the Ape Runners Discord, please join. There's a lot of alpha in there. There's a lot of things being talked about, not just NFT projects or ordinal projects or blockchain stuff. Sometimes it's real life stuff, like, for instance, what's going on right here, right now. And also there's lots of building going on with blockchain and ordinals and NFT projects as well. So there's a lot of alpha all the way around in our Discord. So please, if you're not joined our Discord, it would be in your best interest to join and help spread the words. Tell your family, tell your friends, and that's where we're at. I want to thank our guests today. Invisible Enemies, love what you're doing. Hope someday in the future we can be a part of it somehow. And at this point, we just like to hang out and talk story. Anybody wants to come up, got anything to say, mic's open. Drop what you got, and let's talk about it.
Oh yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, we just gotta. I was gonna tell Bagel we should get like a group chat going for sure to keep talking more about your vision, just to stay in touch. Definitely a fun show. I want to thank you again for bringing me on today, and love the vibes. I love the promo video, by the way. The aliens in the Jeep with you.
Yeah, right on. That's our man Lost. He gets all the credit for that. He's got some new software, and he's just been going to town with it, and I love it. And I hate calling him Lost because I feel like he's been found, and he's in his right home now, doing his right thing. So, Lost, brother, big shout out to you, my man. You're doing amazing things.
Also, I saw him come back. I got to shout out Krishna. Look how beautiful his PFP looks. So, as you can see, he has the mega server PFP with the invisible enemies head. So if you're not in the mega server, I highly recommend you guys joining. We're going to throw a really big fun party at the end of the month, and you're all welcome to be there.
This month?
Maybe we can talk Ape Runner Corner. I don't know. We'll see.
Or maybe we could come up.
Yeah, last Thursday.
Maybe we could come up with an idea and put something together and get back to you on all what we're thinking. But at the moment, I just want to personally thank the host, Bagel, and Nova Panda for putting on this together. and everything you've done for the community. You're doing an outstanding job.
Thank you, Eggy. I really appreciate
Appreciate
that.
you very much, man.
Yeah, thank you, Eggy.
Shout out, shout
Eggy, just
out.
in case anybody didn't know, Eggy's the godfather around here. He's the man behind the whole thing. Eggy's the man. He's the godfather.
To be fair, what we're doing is building communities, and these spaces are all about communities. And if it wasn't for people like good communities that we got and people we associate with, none of us are here. And that's what I'm saying. For all these people that are doing stuff and everything, a big shout out to yous, because if it wasn't for you people, we're not fucking here. And that's the bottom line.
Much
As Snake would
appreciated.
say, Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's the bottom line.
That is very much appreciated, Eggy.
Yeah, very much so, Eggy. You're the man. Mad love for you, Eggy.
So what you up to tonight, Mel? What's got you out and about?
Well, my kids are on a visit, so I brought myself to the beach. I felt like I needed to get grounded. I came and took myself out to lunch. I had a lovely whipped ricotta with some grilled chicken and artichoke. And then when you heard me rushing at the beginning, I was just trying to hustle back to the beach where it was quiet. So as you can tell now, I'm more at peace. I'm just chilling by the beach, with the waves, hanging out with you lovely people.
You're not 2 hours away in Mexico again, are you?
That's Saturday, bagel.
You're always in Mexico, Mel.
My kids are on summer break, bagel. I gotta have them do something. It's not gonna be a Roblox summer. I'm gonna take them to Mexico so I can eat tacos and margaritas.
That's how you do it. What about you, Snake? What you been up to today, man? You having a good day?
I'm good, brother. Just chilling, enjoying the space. Listening to Sean and Invisible Enemies. Awesome show.
Oh yeah, I knew I had to get him on here at some point. I thought you were about to say something.
Shout out to Bagel for hooking it up.
It's no problem, Mel. Came in clutch. But
I actually think it's a really good project. I think you're not getting enough love off everyone, and I think we need to put something together, to be fair, because it is a good thing that you're doing. It's not shit. This is about people that have mental issues, and it's things in their heads that tells them different things, and you're addressing that, and we need to make this more popular, and more better. And I think we could come up with some ideas. So if you give us a little bit of time, we could get back to you with a couple of plans of attack. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But I really love the idea. I really do.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm always open to suggestions. I mean, it's what you guys said earlier, right? With all the technology coming out, it's just a matter if we instead of competing so much, all put our heads together, we can solve some major issues. So yeah, I'm always down for suggestions and growing together with the right people. So always open to those DMs.
very well put on both of y'all's ends. You can never at this point in time, you can't do it by yourself anymore. There's just so much going on. And think about it like this. One person can only scream so far. If you have a room full of people screaming, you're going to hear it from further, you know?
Well, our Twitter manager is listening, which is Smitty. How are you, Smitty? Thank you for your support. I know what time it is over there, but Smitty will probably be tweeting more about yous and doing all that and getting the team to tweet more, and really appreciate it. Zerps, appreciate you being here and everybody else. And I hear you got a drop coming on soon. Do you want to say anything about it, Zerps?
I'm going to send him an invite up. Just send him an invite. So if he comes up, we'd love to hear from you, man. But in the meantime, don't forget to slide through the Discord. Like we've said tonight, there's so much going on, from the King of VIP event to even just a simply an engaging event that's open to everybody. There's prizes for people. There's alpha. There's mints coming up. You got to come to the Discord to check it out because there's just way too much to talk about.
Good day, runners. Thank you, Egberts. Much love. Yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet. The marketing campaign for Weeping Plebs, which is a NFT project based on the Base Network, starts full speed ahead in about 72 hours or less. So I've been just grinding away, working on game design, animation design, finishing off the collection, getting websites ready, and I'm extremely excited to expose the 90s style cartoon characters that are the Weeping Plebs. I'll leave it at that.
And are they going on base, are they, mate? You said, and when do they go? Roughly in the next 6 weeks or whatever, roughly.
Oh, I'll do you one better. It's going to be 6 to 9 weeks, Egbert.
Okay, that's fair enough. So we can all work out, and it's actually called, what's it called again?
They're called Weeping Plebs, and the lore
Weeping
and
Pleb.
everything will come out if you just follow me, and you'll see a ton of posts about Weeping Plebs, and join the Discord as well.
All right, mate. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Hello, Papa Roll, baby. Everybody. It's good of you supporting all of us.
Papa Roll goes hard with the supporting.
All right, Shawnee. Thank you, baby.
My pleasure. It's been a pleasure to hang out and share some alpha with everybody and let everybody know what's happening. And it's just it's a blessing to be here. I'm grateful. I'm thankful, and I look forward to what the future brings. And I really love doing these spaces. I love talking with people and seeing what their projects are about and how we or other folks can get involved, and just seeing who's real and who's not, so people can make informed decisions on how they want to proceed with what they're doing. And I think it's a great thing, and we're going to bring awareness, and that's the key, is to bring awareness, and it doesn't have to be all just hardcore. We want to have fun at the same time, but we want to get the facts, we want to get the truth, and we want to let people know what's going on, and that's the goal. So that's what we're about, and we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep growing, keep promoting, and keep doing the right thing by people, and just make it comfortable for people, because sometimes this space can be extremely intimidating, or overwhelming, and it's new to most of the population of the planet. Some of us have been here for a couple of years, some of us have been here for longer. Personally, I've been here from 2018. I thought, in the beginning, I'll just buy XRP and I'll be rich, in the next couple of years. Not the case, but learned a lot, met a lot of great people, and still doing incredible things. And every week it just gets bigger and bigger and better and better. And I'm super excited for what the future brings. I mean, the space is evolving so quickly. A lot of the things that we talked about years ago, people looked at us like we were funny. Like I used to tell people, bro, one day your house title is going to be an NFT, and they look at me like, what are you talking about? And that stuff is actually coming to life right now. Your car title, your medical records, your personal data, all that stuff is going to be on an NFT or an ordinal on chain in the near future. And it's our responsibility as seasoned members of this space to help show people the way. You know what I mean? And we can't, our job is not to make their decisions for them, but help them, educate them, and give them the knowledge so that they can make the best informed decision for themselves. You know what I mean? Because everybody has different needs and different levels of risk and all that stuff. So it's important just to show people the correct path, because we all know the scammers are out in full force. We deal with them daily. At first it was a little overwhelming. Now it's just a part of everyday life, unfortunately. But it's all about just bring awareness and knowledge. That's the key: awareness and knowledge, and a little bit of fun.
I fully agree with you there, man. I am gonna play a song real quick though. Start winding things
All right.
Things are going
Take us
quiet.
out, Bagel. Take us out. Take us to the promised land.
I gotta play Satoshi Nakamoto again because that song's just too good.
I think you need to turn it up a little bit.
I was just doing that. And also the intro's way quieter than the actual song.
Tyler Durden, make them holler murder. Take them to the highest point of the earth, no need to follow further. The shit is universal, no time to do rehearsal. I never take a break, that shit is too commercial. I wasn't raised different, I was made different. Flow don't fuck around like it was raised Christian. Anti-social with these kids, we don't play with them. We just keep a small circle and we stay lifted. I need Monopoly bread. So if it ain't sex, then it gotta be head. So you got some candles, I prefer the sloppy instead. Do my own thing and they prefer to copy instead. The money got them in a frenzy, probably wanna envy. Glass half full, but the bottle's left empty. Baby, I'm a gentleman, but I don't do it gently. Backwoods with the Henny, back good, never trendy. That kush got plenty, I be off of the fields. Getting tuned with the rhythm, now I'm leaving the room. Let the mood reawaken like I'm out of the tombs. Each room's keep moving, going out with a boom. For the gold, I be walking every road on the map. Get a vibe low key and the flow is relaxed. But once the smoke is in the air and we pouring the jet, we like singers, turn actors, we don't know how to act. Switch it up, let your bitch pop a bean and a half. Got a queen hitting ass, sipping lean in the bath. Bank robbery, we going and we leave with the cash. We just getting what we need, see no reason to ask. The drugs unlock doors in my mind where I never go. Learning to acknowledge while accepting what I'll never know. Living in the moment while we can, cause you never know. Just take the energy you got, baby, and let it go. Can't spit a sonnet sonically colder than comets. Surf a rocket to the moon and can't nobody stop it. I'm hyperbolic, my words curve extra wavy. Yo, paint a map of the sky, shit you could call me Haley. Before that coke shit, just a cloud of smoke. When you realize you don't know shit, the quicker you gon' grow. Let that van go blow, go crazy on a sorry night. Hate a couple boomers on my way here and I'm feeling right. Hop up out the whip and stay with us and everyone around. Let me get a show that you already know how I get down. Overdone, say I'm overdue for all these accolades. I don't really think about it, I'm just trying to rap and pace. Stack a couple bitcoins, pull up on my Nakamoto. Chillin' with your lady friend, she rock a red on Takamono. Posted up in Acapulco, shout out to the homie Smoko. Loco at the show, hold up, posted for the Philly photo. Epiphanies on symphonies, epic epigrams. Man, these words last for centuries. This shit's timeless. Scribe it on your tomb. Don't say the sky's the limit when there's footprints on the moon. Moon walking on the sun beaming. I'm a star shooting into space, spaceship it up to Mars. Yeah, I'm universal. My purpose to pursue this path and get back. That's how life's supposed to circle. Yo, G, roll that purple, run that beat, back reversal. I don't need no damn rehearsal. This is internal, eternal. Life is like a flick, leaving space for the horns. That's my shit. Until we meet again, paint the world with brighter colors. Word to the pride mob, y'all my sisters and my brothers. One time for the lovers, spread that energy around and keep it all in motion, getting lost inside my sound.
Currency.
Like a couple bitcoins.
Money,
Pull up on my Nakamoto.
I honestly have not heard someone else work in crypto stuff into their raps better than this dude. And I just found this song earlier, but he straight up hides crypto references all throughout it. His name is Grammatic.
Nice. Well done, Bagel. Well done. All right, folks. Thanks for joining the spaces. Help spread the word so we can do this twice a week. Bring all the wisdom and knowledge to everybody. And have a great day. See you folks on Friday.
Everybody have a great night. Let's go. Let's fucking run.